Hello and a very good morning for all of you. Good morning, legend. Good morning, Vinod. Good morning, Dhananjay. Good morning, Aditya, Vinay, Srinath, Neetu, Kavya. A very good morning. Good morning, Sandhya. Good morning, Jayashree. Yes, good morning, Santoy. So, shall we start the session? Good morning, Srinivasan. Good morning, Suji, Reshma, Bharat. Hi, Bharat. So, shall we start the session? Good morning, Vinay. Good morning, Saranya. Hi, Ramesh. Yes, today in this session, we are going to discuss current affairs of 4th September 2023. So, what are the current affairs we are going to discuss that is important from both UPSC and state public service examination point of view? And wherever it is possible, I am also including the mains and prelims questions so that you will not get bored and you will be testing your knowledge. Okay? Yes, good morning, Talwar. Good morning, Shiva. Good morning, Srinath. So here the first topic it is about fiscally imprudent policies and populism affect the poor, says our Prime Minister. So here you have to see two important keywords. So first one is populism and next one is imprudent policies. So why you have to see this? Because so this statement it is given by directly our Prime Minister. So actually here we have center or we have union government at national level, and in center we have states, right, within states. So these states will have state government. And if you're talking about the type of governance we are having is quasi-federal in nature. Quasi-federal in nature. That means so we are not having completely unitary system of governance or we are not having completely federal system. So what is the difference between this unitary and federal system? So you know that you can easily understand this topic. So why our Prime Minister he gave this statement? Yes, good morning Pinky, good morning Srinivas, good morning BS Kyagri, good morning Dream Big and Kavi. Yes, tell me what is the difference between unitary system and federal system? Fast. Download option. So we can't enable download option, Ramesh. Hey, good morning, Sampath. Good morning, Harish Anand. Tapan. Yes, tell me what is unitary system and what is federal system? Unitary means only national government. Okay, Nagesh. Federal means association with an agreement. Yes, federal means very good, Srinivasan, that is sharing of powers. Unitary means power concentrated with center, very good, dream big. Yes, good morning, Salah. Good morning, Happy. Okay, so here you have to see unitary means center will be having, central government will having the dominance. So here there is no division of powers, but here we can see the powers will be given. Some powers will be given to the states in this unitary system. So there will be no complete sharing of powers. So in this federal system there is sharing of powers. So why India is called as quasi-federal? Because so we have federal structure with unitary tilt. So we have the sharing of powers which is said in Schedule 7. So in Schedule 7 of Indian Constitution which talks about union list, state list and concurrent list. But it is not completely federal. So we have unitary tilt. So sometimes the power of central government will be high compared to that of state government. For example, you can talk about imposition of emergency. So in emergency, we have three kinds, like President's rule, national emergency, and financial emergency, and even all India services under Article 312. So in that cases, sometimes here central will be having the more power compared to the of states, so that we have quasi-federal nature of governance in our country. So is it clear? Good morning, Sukanya Zipran. Yes, very good, Santoi, Saranya, very good. Okay, so these are the some important things that you have to remember why India is called as a quasi-federal nature. So here you have to focus on what is this populism. So imprudent policies means financially unstable policies. Okay, for example, before elections, for example, we are going to have elections in some states, right? So in that states, we can see the announcement of freebies by government, state government. So after that, so and so political party which is coming into power, so it have to implement the schemes to present in election manifesto. So because of this, it will further leads to increasing of fiscal burden on the state government. So here this Prime Minister, he says that so state should not come with imprudent policies. So policies which are economically viable, yes, we can come with that policies. So unless and until, so here whatever the policies are there which are financially or economically unstable or unviable, we should not come with them. We should avoid such type of policies. And here you have to know about what is this populism. So tell me, what is the meaning of populism? Very good, Aditya, that is freebies. Good morning, giveaway. Good morning, Soumya. Yes, tell me, do you know meaning of populism? Yes, meaning of populism. How is populism going to affect our democracy? Yes, Revadi culture. So not popular, Srinivas, it is populism. Good morning, Krishna. Good morning, Vazin. Yes, tell me what is the meaning of populism. Good morning, Samir. Good morning, Dilkash. It is not about increase in population, Aditya. Okay, so let us see this concept, and I will be going to give you the main question on this populism, because it is at most important topic, and as an UPSC aspirant you need to know about that word. Okay, populism. And this topic is important from your polity point of view. Okay, and this topic regarding populism, you can expect a mains question regarding this. Either it may be 10 marker or either it may 15 marker. So please be focused, so that you have to write mains answer for this question I am going to give after discussing this topic. Is it clear? Yes, very good, legend. You gave the meaning of populism. It is a political approach that strives to appeal to ordinary people who feel that their concerns are disregarded by established elite people. So we have dominant people and we have minority people. Okay, so minority people, they will be believing that their needs are not satisfied by this elite people or the dominated people. So this concept is called as populism in simple language. Okay, is it clear? Good morning, Anand. So Mahesh, it is not about population increase at all. So here if you see context, it says that our Prime Minister has cautioned against irresponsible financial policies and populism, and he also says that we have to take some measures. Okay, because whenever we are focusing on this irresponsible financial policies and populism, yes, they will be giving the results, but they will be short term. So in long term, so we have to pay great social and economic price. And this, because of this financial policies, like irresponsible financial policies, and because of this populism, so it will be affect. So who will be affected the most? So poorest people and most vulnerable people, they will be having the lot of impacts. So they will be facing the consequences because of this irresponsible financial policies and as well as populism. So this is a statement given by our Prime Minister. And if you see the details which are given in this article, it says that always state governments, they need to be very conscious before coming up with any policy. So they have to maintain the fiscal discipline. So this is the thing which mainly said by our Prime Minister. And here you have to know about this concept called as populism. So populism is nothing but it is a political philosophy. So in which here it says that idea of people and against the privileged elites, when important concerns of the people, they are not addressed by the elites. So we have dominated people or dominant people. They are also called as elite people, and we have ordinary people or minority people. So the issues of this people will be not addressed by this dominant elite people. So this concept is called as populism. So any doubt? Is it clear? Yes, very good. Kavya, it is domination of people. Good morning, Shruti. Good morning, Hannah. Good morning, Devnath, Amal. Hina says today get notification very lately because of I didn't reach the studio on time. Okay, so this is about populism, and please let me know what are the impacts of this populism on democracy. So I'm asking about negative impacts. So can you tell me any negative impacts of this populism? Yes, tell me. So what is going to be the impact? What is going to be the impact of populism on our democracy? So if you know the meaning of democracy, you can give at least 2 negative impacts. Yes, failure of democracy. Yes. Economic stratification, disturbing the rights of people, discrimination, concentration on only majority people. Yes. Increase in crime due to poverty. Very good. Social stratification. Very good. No accountable. Yes, there is lack of accountability. Yes, poor people will be get affected. Very good. Communal harmony will be affected. Yes. Inequality rising in the society. Very good. Yes, nepotism. Yes, superiority complex among the rich. Very good. Yes, many such policies they had been implemented in many states, Prashant. Yes, it leads to communal conflict, Sukanya. Yes, voice of low ordinary people will be not heard. Very good, Prakash. Yes, very good. I got enough points. So please make a note of these points while I am reading the comments, okay? So that will be helpful to write a multi-dimensional answer. Is it clear? Let us see. So how this populism, which is a threat to the democracy, and how it is against the national interest. So these are some things that you have to remember. So first one is, it is against representative institutions. So it is against representative institutions. So especially in elections, we will be electing our representatives. So if these representatives, they are not addressing the problems of people, so why we need to elect them, right? So it is against representative institutions. And this one is, it also leads to authoritarianism. So populist movements, they are often led by charismatic leaders, and they have normally little democracy, little internal democracy and accountability. So because of this, we can see there will be developing of personality cult, and they will be showing the authoritarianism, okay? And next one here is, it is against democratic defenses. Okay, so it is against the democratic defenses because populism, which is posing a great threat to democracy, because it holds the potential of providing the state with the moral status. So whenever there is a lacking of moral status, automatically what happens, it will become a threat to the democracy. Yeah, very good, Subhash. And next one is, we can also see there will be weak opposition. So whenever one person or one group which is becoming very dominant, means automatically, So we can see the development of opposition like that, but sometimes we can see opposition will be very weak. So because of this, yes, it is having a threat to the democracy. And this one is sometimes it will also leads to the corruption and abuse. Okay, so these are the some important things that you have to remember regarding how populism becoming a threat to democracy and national interest. So is it clear? So I got answer from you itself. I hope you can see the question here. Question is, populism is a threat to democracy and national interest. Illustrate with examples. So can you see the question? So this is a question. So try to make a note of the question and write the answer. So who are going to write answer? After live session is done, we are not going to retrieve the charts. Already the points you only gave, right? So you can put those points in the body. In introduction, you can write about definition of populism. I gave already. And in conclusion, you can give the way forward. Like what measures can be, okay, can be taken. Is it clear? So are you getting the points to write answer? So am I developing confidence in you in answer writing? Yes, shall we move on? So this is about the first page. So there is nothing much more and much less to read in the first page. You can leave the city page. And you can directly move on to the states page. Yes, in this page number 4, I found 2 articles which are important. That is, what will common man get from one nation, one election? So what will a common man will get from one nation, one election? So one nation, one election is also called as simultaneous election. Correct? So here in this simultaneous election, so we have elections for state legislative assembly and Lok Sabha. Correct? So what are the advantages? Please tell me fast. So what are the advantages? Yes, they are called as general elections. Very good, Satya. So what are the advantages? More focus on development activities. So government can focus on development activities and it will helpful for even time can be saved and even cost of elections will be saved. Cost of elections will be decreased and we can also reduce freebies. Yes, tell me. You can also save budget. More focus on governance process. Next. Yes, we can also ensure fast growth. Yes, tell me fast. So from these points you have to say which points are useful for the common man. Yes, tell me any more advantages of the simultaneous elections. Already we discussed this topic, right? So we can also see there will be reduced pressure on officers. Next. Yes. We can see reduced pressure on traffic also. So we can say there will be decreasing of traffic congestion. Tell me next. So here in this article, it said that one nation, one election concept. Delhi Chief Minister rejected this one nation, one election concept, asking what will be the common man get from such an arrangement. So in this context here, this party said that we need to provide quality free education to the poor, building good hospitals for poor, giving free treatment to them, okay, rather than going for this one nation, one election. But do you have any advantages for the common people when we are going for this one nation, one elections? Yes, we can increase the voter turnover. Very good. So free manpower that deployed for arranging and conducting elections, very good. Yes, you are having some benefits here is, the first one is now government will be focusing on development. Rather than focusing on elections, now government can focus on the development. So because of this development, that will help for the fast growth. So whenever the growth is happening, we can attract more investments. So if you are getting more investment, we can go for developing of IT parks. So because of that, what happened? There will be increasing of employment opportunities. So whenever there is increasing of employment opportunities, that will lead to the improving of standard of life. That will lead to the improving of standard of life of people, right? And even time will be saved for the people, right? So people, they, for example here, if there is election in one state and if there is again Lok Sabha elections, so if one person who is living in the other state, like migrants, they have to come to their place for twice. So because of this also, we can save the time. And next one is reducing of freebies. So whenever there is reducing of freebies is there, means so we can again go back to that. We can connect that point with the development activities. We can increase that. And next one here is decreasing of pressure on traffic also, so that here what happened, there will be decreasing of congestion of traffic, so that the people who are traveling on these roads, so they can come with the less exposure to these gases. And it is also decreasing even the health impacts of the people, right? Is it clear? So these are the normally advantages for the common people. Do you want to add any more points here? Anyone? Yes, tell me, do you want to add any more points? So yes, you can get a question like this in your mains, like, so how this one nation, one election scheme, it is going to help normal people? Yeah, freebies means nothing but in election campaigning, government or the political parties, they will be announcing that we are going to give free laptop if you are coming to power. So we are going to provide cylinders, okay, gas cylinders for rupees 500. So we are going to increase the we are going to give the TVs for the housewives, like that. So that announcements will comes in the freebies. Okay, dream big. Srinivasan, I will be addressing your doubt in today's doubt clearing session at 7 p.m. Okay. So what is the procedure to arrest a cabinet minister? Okay, so this is about this topic and let us move on. So we should not waste that much time. Okay. So topic is 3 arrested for vandalizing murals at Gujarat temple. So what is the keyword here? So where you have to focus? So where you have to focus in this article? Yes, we have to focus on murals. Very good. Very good, Kritika, Aditya, Satya, Nagesh, Hena. So it is important from your art and culture point of view. So do you know about the meaning of murals? So have you seen these mural paintings? Yes, it is a wall painting. So entire wall is occupied by this type of painting. Okay, so commonly you can see these murals in which caves? Any idea? In which caves you can see these mural paintings? Is Ajanta, Ellora? Apart from that, anywhere? Mughals came up with miniature paintings, not murals. Ajanta Ellora, apart from that, any caves? Okay, so let us see this topic, and this is very important from your art and culture point of view. So actually what happened, why it is in news, because police have arrested 3 persons for vandalizing, that means deforming, murals on a wall of Hanuman temple at Salangpur in Gujarat. So actually police they arrested here, so we are not going to talk about a religious thing here, but we are going to focus on what are these murals. So murals, it is any piece of art that is painted or applied directly on a wall. So they are wall paintings. And this mural art is also seen on ceilings or any other large permanent surfaces. Okay, so here there are many techniques used for this mural paintings, and one of that is fresco is one of the important technique of painting of these murals on the walls. And these murals, they are also called as wall paintings. Okay, and if you see what is special regarding this mural painting, so there are 2 important things that you have to remember. So Indian murals, they are paintings made on the walls of caves and palaces. So in palaces they have, and even in the caves also we can see these mural paintings, and these murals are earliest evidence which are mainly showing about the beautiful fresco painted in the caves of Ajanta, Ellora and Bagh caves and Sittanivasal caves. So in which caves we can see these mural paintings apart from Ellora and Ajanta? So they are seen in Sittanivasal caves and as well as Bagh caves. So this is very important. Yes, very good, Srinivasan, that is Sittanivasal. And even in the oldest scripts and literature also we can see there are evidence of this mural paintings. And even according to this Vinaya Pitaka also, it said about Amarapali employed painters to paint kings, traders, merchants on the walls of her palace. So because of this, in palaces we can see, and even in the caves also we can see these mural paintings. So is it clear, anyone? Any doubts? Yes, okay. Now I came with a practice question. The question is Kalamkari paintings refers to. So why I took this question, because mural is also painting and Kalamkari is also painting, and already in 2015 there was question asked in UPSC. So Kalamkari painting refers to what? See ABCD option and let me know the correct answer. So I will be waiting for your answer and I will be saying like who gives the first correct answer. So I will be announcing that name. Satya A, Kavyalaki A, Kritika A. So I will be announcing the student who gave the first correct answer. Srinivasan D, Vinay A, Srinath A, BK Agri, Hena A, Balaji D, Shakti B, Study Adda D, Saran A, Jayashri A, Krishna A, Mohan A, Surya A. Yes, Mahesh A. So what happened to others? So type fast. Shall I reveal the answer? So first correct answer is given by Am Satya. A is correct answer. That is, it is a hand painted cotton textiles in South India. So it is very much famous in AP. So Kalamkari, Kalam means nothing but pen. So they will be used pen for painting, and this type of painting is seen on the cloth. Okay. So congratulations for the students who gave A as correct answer. Okay, and next question is, consider the following historical places: Ajanta Caves, Lepakshi Temple, Sanchi Stupa. Which of the above places is or also known for mural paintings? Yes, try your luck and let me know which is the correct answer for this question. And I will be announcing the student name who gave the first right answer. Legend B, Appam Balaji A, Sukanya A, Satya B, Vinay A, Ted Gaming, Dilkush A. Okay, Saidulu 1, Priya A, Mahesh B, Kavya A, Chadiadda B, Santosh C, Srinath A, Hena B, Krishna C. Okay, Danya A. So I am getting mix of different options here. A, B, C, Basaraj B, Chandan A, Tapan A, Surya A, Bharat A, Devnath A, Chandan A, Saranya A. Okay, so first, shall I reveal the answer? Shall I reveal the answer? So correct answer for this question is given by legend, that is answer is B. Answer is B. Because in Ajanta caves we have mural paintings and even in the Lepakshi temple also we have this mural paintings. But this Samchi Stupa we do not have any mural paintings. So correct answer here is B, 1 and 2 only. So students who gave answer B, congratulations. So this is the right answer. Okay. Shall we move on? Are you getting bored? Are you enjoying the class? Yes, next topic it is about court's order and the ASI survey or flood. So here you are not going to discuss what is a political thing in this Gnanvopi mosque case, but here there is one act which mainly talked here. So this act is very important and you can get a question regarding this act here. Okay, so here we have to know that is Places of Worship Act. So how many of you know about this Place of Worship Act? Yes, ASI is nothing but Shruti, that is Archaeological Survey of India. So Archaeological Survey of India will be doing some researches regarding the archaeological findings, etc. So here actually this Gnanavopi mosque case, it is regarding Hindus and Muslims. Hindus claims that in one well there is Shivalinga and this mosque is belonging to the Hindus. Okay. So because of this, finally a court gave this case to ASI to conduct survey and to give the report whether this place was belongs to Hindus or Muslims. Okay. So no idea, Aditya. Okay. Don't worry, I will be discussing about that. So if you have time, you can refer Indian Express editorials, Nandini. Yes, here you have to see what is this act actually. Okay, so no need to go deep into the which political party is saying what everything. So that is not at all our business. So our business used to see about that act because there is chance of getting question in your prelims and mains. Is it clear? Don't waste your time in understanding which government said what, so what happened, everything. So you have to focus on just Places of Worship Act of 1991. So actually we came up with this Act of Places of Worship, Special Provisions Act of 1991. So it is enacted to freeze the status of religious places of worship as they existed on August 15th, 1947, and it prohibits the conversion of any place of worship and ensures the maintenance of their religious character. So what happened if you see in the ancient times? So many times Greeks, they invaded India to plunder many temples. So even Somnath temple has been plundered many times, right? So why we came up with this act? Because we have to freeze the status of religious place. For example, if this was a Hindu temple earlier, but what happened because of invading this temple, so this temple, whatever the wealth of this temple is there, so that wealth had been taken away and this place which is converted into other religious form. So because of this, there are a number of cases which are filed in court regarding this changing of religious things. Because of that, your government enacted this act to freeze the status of religious places. So for example, if this area which belongs to the Hindus, or if this is a Hindu temple before 1947, and this will be remaining as a Hindu temple. Okay, so in this way we came up with this Place of Worship Act of 1991. Yes, very good, Kritika. So this is about this act actually. And if you're talking about major provisions of this act, you have to know some sections. So section 3, which talks about prohibition of conversion. So it prevents the conversion of a place of worship, whether in full or part, from one religion denomination to another. Okay, so we are not going to change the religious denomination according to this section 3. And next one is the maintenance of religious character under section 4 subclass 1, which ensures that religious identity of a place of worship remains same. So if it is a Hindu temple, so now it will be going to the Hindu temple, right? So here we are not going to change the character according to this section 4 of this act. And next one is abatement of pending cases. So here this act declares that any ongoing legal processings concerning the conversion of a place of worship, religious character before August 1947 will be terminated and no new cases will be initiated. So based on this denomination, changing of religious denomination, so we are not going to have any new cases. So this is the thing which mainly said in this section. And if you're talking about exceptions, there are some exceptions which are given in section 5 of this act, which says that this act does not apply to ancient historical monuments, archaeological sites, and remains covered by Ancient Monuments and Archaeological Sites and Remains Act. So already regarding this ancient temples, we have this Ancient Monuments and Archaeological Sites Remains Act. So whatever the temples, what are the monuments, what are the archaeological sites covered under this act, so they will be not covered under this act once again. And next one is it also excludes the cases that have already been settled or resolved and disputes have been resolved by mutual agreement. So if there is any agreement which made to resolve the issues, and already if that issue had been resolved, again we are not going to take that case. And act does not extend it to specific places of worship known as Ram Janmabhoomi, Babri Masjid in Ayodhya, including any legal proceedings associated with it. So these are the 3 important exceptions which are covered under this section 5 of this act. Denomination means nothing but if it is a Hindu temple, so it will remain as a Hindu temple. Okay, denomination is nothing but to which religion it belongs to. Is it clear, Jayashree? Yes, because of this only we came up with this act, Srinivasan. So there are a number of temples you are claiming by different religious groups. And next topic is onward, sunward. So this article is talking about Aditya L1. So do you know about this Aditya L1? Do you know about this Aditya L1? So what is it? Yes, what is it? It is sun mission. Yes, if you are considering the different religious, 1 minute. Yeah, I will address your question, Srinivas. So Srinivasan asked one question like, is it the correct approach to consider these requests, ma'am, by different religious people? Can it affect unity? Yes, of course. So if you are considering one community and if you are leaving another community, means at what happens in our society, so communal violence will be erupted, right? So because of this, to avoid those type of situations, so government came up with this act. Is it clear? And give me your opinion, like, so whether it is a correct approach or not regarding the request from different religious people to give their temples back or give their worshipping places back. Okay, so please answer my question. So give me your own perspective. So it is Sun mission, very good. So we are going to see some details regarding this Aditya L1 because you can get question in your prelims and even in your mains there is a high chance of getting question regarding this Aditya L1 and even in other competitive examinations also. So if you're talking about context, why it is in news? Recently ISRO launched first solar mission, that is Aditya L1, and this Aditya L1, it is a solar mission, so it is going to study sun. It is going to study sun. So here some facts is also very important from your prelims point of view. Aditya L1 mission developed by ISRO, and this mission represents India's first space-based observatory, and this mission is dedicated to study sun. And we are going to place, or already we placed this in L1 position. So here we have L2 and here we have L3, and from 60 degrees here we have L4 and here we have L5. So we have 5 Lagrange points and we placed this this Aditya in this halo orbit at L1 point. So it is very important. Okay Aditya, very good. Okay Sukanya, so it is your perspective. So whenever you are developing perspective, you need to have enough content to support that. Okay, so try to develop the content also, like why you came up with this perspective. Is it clear, Sukanya, Srinivasan and Aditya? So actually this Aditya L1, which is positioned at Lagrange point 1 and it is located about 1.5 million kilometer. So you have to remember this number because so UPSC always tends to change the number and it will be playing number games with the students in prelims. So it is around 1.5 million kilometers. Okay, and we are going to study sun's behavior, magnetic field, space, weather impacts. So these are the important things that is going to be studied by this Aditya L1. And what are the objectives of this mission? So we are focusing on solar upper atmosphere dynamics. So we are going to study upper atmosphere of sun, including chromosphere, corona, and we are going to understand even the process like chromospheric, coronal heating, and even solar eruptive events. So these are some things that we are going to see the dynamics of sun, and even we are going to predict space weather. Okay, and we are also going to see the particle and plasma environment, like how it is contributing to solar winds, how it is contributing to solar flares, and how the solar atmosphere will be. So everything that we are going to study because of this mission. Any doubts? Okay, and if you see some more important significance, that means with this solar mission, so how we can say, like, so this mission is going to help India. So in how many ways? So what are the advantages of this mission? Chandrayaan 3 I will be discussing maybe in tomorrow or day after tomorrow's lecture, because we need to get the details of findings of rover. So what are the advantages of this Chandrayaan 3 success and Aditya L1 success? Yes, we can go for predicting of climate and weather, very good. Yes, we can get resources, okay. Next. Next, tell me fast. Affect solar flares, how it is going to affect electronic instruments, okay. If you see the significance of this mission? So if this is going to be success, that means we are going to get the details or what are the objectives, the stated objectives, if you are going to achieve them, then here we are going to get data regarding this solar physics, plasma dynamics, magnetism, and even we can enrich our knowledge regarding astrophysics also. And even India will become ahead in this space explorations. Okay, so in this way, this will be very useful for India. Okay, we can know more about the space, very good. We can study plasma and electromagnetic field, very good. And next topic, it is about hunger across the states. So measuring hunger across the states. So how we are measuring hunger as of now? So how we are measuring hunger as of now? So are there any indices? Yes, India will become superpower, very good Sukanya. Okay, Dhyanya, very good. So how we are measuring hunger now? Yes, we have hunger index, very good Srinivasan. So what are the components taken into account in hunger index, in global hunger index? So we have global hunger index, so what are the components we are taken into account? So that thing you have to know, because if you are seeing any index in news, you have to see which organization is releasing that index, and you have to see India's ranking, and India's ranking with the neighboring countries. You have to compare them, and even we have to see which are the components taken into picture and what are the points. Is it clear? So these are the things that you have to remember whenever you are reading any index. So this topic is important from your GS paper to under governance. Okay, so this topic is at most important. And here why it is in use, because already you know that India is dependent on agriculture. So our economies depend upon agriculture. So it is called as primary economy, right? And most of the agriculture in India is based on rainfall. That is, rain-fed agriculture is there. Already you know that yes, we are producing enough and we are producing excess, and that excess we are exporting to other countries. And recently we came up with ban of non-basmati and basmati rice to other countries. And now what happens? So other countries which depend upon India for their imports, yes, they are going to face inflation of food, and there will be less availability of food in their international markets. Right? So here if you see, despite a major food producer, so we are producing a lot of food and we are even ensuring the food security schemes for the people. So we have PDS system, that is public distribution system. Under this, government is providing subsidized food grains for the people. Right? And in this corona time, government came up with providing of free food grains. And even government said that we are going to come up with this free food grain scheme, and in this entire year till December 2023 we are going to have this free food grain scheme, Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana. So why government is coming up with the type of schemes? To ensure food security, to decrease hunger, to decrease malnutrition, to improve nutrition status among the people. Correct? So here this article says that despite being major food producer, and we are also having the extensive food security schemes through this public distribution system in India, but in India still we are seeing there is increase in level of food insecurity, hunger and child malnutrition. And if you see one index which says about this thing, that is Global Hunger Index 2022. So in this Global Hunger Index, India's ranking is 107 out of 121. That means we are having a very bad ranking. So even if you are comparing with some countries of Africa, so we are lagging behind. That is, in Nigeria 103, Nigeria got ranking of 103, and even Pakistan, our neighboring country, is doing very good compared to that of India. So Pakistan's ranking is 99. Correct? So here this Global Hunger Index provides a composite measurement, and it tracks undernourishment and hunger at national levels. So they are taking three important dimensions. So first one is they will be calculating calorie undernourishment. They will be focusing on malnutrition of child and under 5 mortality. So it's all these things India is not doing well. So this is the highlights of this global hunger index of 2022. And even according to the state of food security and nutrition in World Report 2022, so India is home to 224.3 million undernourished people. So how many undernourished people are there? There are about 224.3 million. So now you can understand how big this problem is in India, that is hunger, food insecurity. So if you are a DM or if you are a chairman of FCI, so what are the steps that you are going to take to address this issue of increasing of hunger? Yes, tell me some points, at least 2 to 3 points from everyone. So what are the steps that you are going to take? Because this type of case studies that you can get in your ethics. So you have to prepare from now itself, right? So we can focus on increased availability of millets. We can increase production of millets, and we have to decrease our dependence on water intensive crops like sugarcane and rice. Next. Yes, we can include breakfast also in midday meals program. Yes, very good. Yes, we can reduce the price of essential goods. Very good, Mohan. Yes, already you are giving this food grains in PDS. No, Harish. Proper functioning of supply agents. Very good. We can decrease the buffer stock. Very good. We can focus on agriculture policies. Yes, Mahesh. Yes, we can include millets in food distribution. Very good, Satya. Yes, we can focus on fortified rice. Very good. Very good, Sakti. We have to decrease post-harvest losses. Very good, Abhinitra. We can reduce exports. We can increase rations. Yes, good, Danya. That is about provide subsidies. Already government is focusing on that. Very good, Caveat. We have to increase millet production. So even in this PD system, there are a lot of loopholes on there. We have to address those loopholes by using of ICT, that is information communication technology. We can decrease the loopholes. Is awareness on wasting foods in government hospitals and any functions. Okay. 5 rupees lunch. Very good. We can use GM crops, but there are some concerns regarding GM crops. Henna. Yes, we can address black market issues, hoarding issues. Yes, increasing coverage of children under Anganwadis. Yes, very good. So I got very good points. Even those points are not hidden in this article. Okay, my students are rocking. So keep rocking, students. And should increase the growth of farmer automatically nutrition. It will be increased. Okay, very good. Yes, we can focus on ICDS scheme. Very good. Yes, we can focus on health checkups also, free health checkups, so that we can increase nutrition levels. And especially one important problem here is because of tapeworms in children's stomach. So what happens here is, so even though they are taking nutrition, so that nutrition will be not absorbed by our body, but that nutrition will be taken by tapeworms. So that Anganwadis, they will be going for deworming. They will be giving albendazole 400 mg. So if you are taking that, this worms will be removed from our body. So in this way also government should focus on providing this deworming methods. Okay. Yes, very good. I got a lot of points from you. So if you are talking about how can we measure the hunger in states. So nationwide we have this global hunger index, but in the states also we have to come up with this type of indices. So this is the idea of this article. So your global hunger index is computed using 4 indicators. That is undernourishment, stunting, wasting and mortality. So if you're talking about the state hunger index, it is calculated using the same indicators, but here we are not going to take this undernourishment here, but we are going to take this body mass index. So based on the height and the weight, so we are calculating this BMI. So based on this BMI, we are coming up with this calculation of state hunger index. That too in working age population. And here this article says that yes, there is a data of stunting, wasting, mortality. So this data which is mainly taken from this National Family Health Survey 5. And in this state hunger index, so we have the score between 0 to 100. And if the state which is having the 0 level, that means it is working best. And if the value is increasing, then it will be like it is a serious problem. Okay. And if you move on, here in this state hunger index, it says that Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, they scored 35. That means they came into alarming category. So, anyone from Bihar, Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh? Anyone from Bihar, Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh who attend the class? Anyone? Yes, very good, Santoy. So working age means from 15 years to 59 years. So tell me, Anand, so what are the problems? Why there is a low state hunger index from your state? So what are you thinking? So think that you came to interview and I am the interview panel here. So I will be asking like in state hunger index, so Bihar scored 39 points. So what it means? So what are the reasons? Yes, tell me, Happy. So answer to my question. So after once class is done, you can give your reply in the comment box. Okay, think. And tell me, so what is the answer that you are going to give in the interview panel? And Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Assam, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Tripura, Maharashtra, West Bengal, they all scored above the national average 29. So these compared to these states, so these states are performing somewhat well. Okay, so this is about this topic. And next one is status of Right to Information Act. So here you have to read this topic of Right to Information Act of 2005. Because in governance, so always we will be talking about how to improve accountability and how to improve transparency and how to make citizens empowered. So citizens, they got empowered after we enacted this Right to Information Act of 2005. So after we came up with this act, now people, they are able to get information from the government which is not made public. Okay. So here because of this, understanding this Right to Information Act is very important. So after once class is done, so go through this topic of Right to Information Act. So what is it? So what are the advantages? So what are the disadvantages? And what are the challenges we are facing? So this topic is also there in your ethics also. Okay, Anand, give me answer. I think poverty is the main reason. Lack of awareness about good health is also reason. Okay. So if you see this article, what this article wants to say here is, so for 13 years, so we implemented this Right to Information Act in 2005 and this year 2023 marks about around 13 years of implementation of this Right to Information Act, which helped in citizens to get information and data from central and state government institutions. So actually this information is not available in the public domain, but if you're filing this RTI, then you can get the information from central and state institutions. So this act which allows any citizen to make request for access to data, documents or any other information the government possession. So now because of this enactment of act, so now people they can get data or any document or any information. Okay. And apart from this, India's RTA Act has been commonly cited as among one of the most comprehensive public records. So because of this, now people, they have access to get information from the legislations in the world. Okay, and even what happened here is, so recent years, though activists are worrying that this system is being made less and less effective because we are going to have some changes. Okay, we are going to have some changes like regarding digital personal data act, etc., so that here there will be some impact on this right to information act. It is going to become ineffective. So because of this, yes, some activists, they are showing concern. Okay, and if you see the details given here, so apart from allowing the certain information to be kept secret for national security and sovereignty reasons, RTA Act makes one exemption here is, it prohibits personal data to disclosure of citizens by the government. So now because of this Digital Data Personal Act, so now here government is not going to give the personal data. So because of this, it is one important thing which is going to decrease the effectiveness of Right to Information Act. So RTA Act implementation is dependent on subordinate rules, and these rules are made by union and state governments. So because of this also, if state governments and central governments want to give the information, they can give. So if they don't want, yes, they will be not giving. So because of this, it's undermining the empowerment of people once again. Yes, are you following? And next one is, if there is any simple matter of what payment method a public authority can accept is left to the states. So now here states, they have to decide, right? So there is increased government interference. And this one is allowing RTA applications to be filed online largely removes some barriers, but in some states they do not have the online portals to file these RTI cases. So this is also one cause of concern, okay, regarding this RTI Act. So any doubts, anyone? So Motive Media asks, Madam, tell me disadvantages of this kind of election. So are you asking about simultaneous election? Motive Media. So if you confirm, I will be taking your doubt in the doubt clearing session. And one thing I want to say here is, we launched this mains answer writing program, and the new batch of this program is started today on September 4th. And here we are going to have daily answer writing practice. So daily one question is given to you based on the detailed schedule. So first of all, we will be giving you the schedule of next 1 year what you have to read, and based on that schedule daily one question will be given, and you have to write answer and you have to send your answer to our mail ID so that the evaluation is done, and you will be getting model answer for that question, and you will be having live class where you can clear your doubts, and most of the times the live session will be the interactive session, so you can talk and I will be talking there. And there will be one-to-one mentorship, because one student needs will be different from another student, so there will be one-to-one mentorship, and if you have any doubts, I will be resolving your doubts. So each and every subject of your GS is covered, GS1, GS2, GS3 and GS4. On Sundays you will be having essay or case study, right? So this course is absolutely very much beneficial. Try to join this course, and because of that live session, when you are expressing your ideas, then you can also improve your communication skills, and you can also lose your stage fear. So that will be very useful for your interview. So try to join this course, and the cost here is 8,200, and the validity is for 1 year. So if you follow the schedule that we give, so you can complete your entire GS syllabus within 1 year along with the practice, and on the side by side you can prepare for your prelims also. Yes, it's very much worth it, Srinivasan. So you can join this course. So if you have any queries regarding this course, you can call me on this number 8074 765513, and you can also WhatsApp me on this number if you have any doubts. Okay. So now let us move on to our Hindu newspaper page. So we discussed about this murals, right? and you can directly move on to this editorial page. So in editorial page, I discussed about this article regarding archaeological survey, that is Place of Worship Act, and this topic is not at all important because it is a political article which is talking about parties. And here you can see this article. This article it is talking about Russia-Ukraine crisis. It is a very old topic, and I discussed about this topic regarding Aditya L1 space program. And opinion page, I discussed about this hunger article, and this article is entirely political article. There is no need of reading that article. And here you can see one article that is about northern plains of India is most polluted region. So here you have to see how plains are formed, how northern plains are formed. So after the movement, so what happened, Indo-Australian plate which is moving towards northward, and finally it hit this Eurasian plate. So because of this, here we have Tethys Sea, and what are the sediments are there in this Tethys Sea? They had been elevated and they formed Himalayas. So after forming Himalayas, Himalayan river system came into picture. So what happened, this river system, they brought the sediments, and those sediments they had been settled, and finally that led to the formation of northern plain. Okay, so in this way here plains have been formed. So what happened, this article says that in this northern plains now we are facing the problem called as very high pollution levels. Okay, very high pollution levels. So here you have to see about air quality index. So you have to see air quality index and which are the gases that comes under this air quality index that you are measuring. So this is very important. Okay, let me know in the comment box regarding this air quality index. And the text and context, I discussed about this topic regarding Right to Information Act. And there is one article regarding the debate around one nation, one election. So already I discussed this topic in yesterday's lecture, right? And if you move on, in this news page, there is nothing much important. And most of the articles are regarding this one nation, one poll, that is about simultaneous elections. So already in yesterday's lecture, we have detailed explanation regarding that. And this one is about Aditya L1, already I discussed. And this one is centers Diksha e-education platforms to offer artificial intelligence help. So here you have to see what is this Diksha. Diksha is nothing but digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing platform. So you have to do some research regarding this Diksha, and please let me know what is this Diksha. Is it clear? Yes, for reporting daily air quality, very good, Dhananjay. Yes, legend, that is particulate matter 10, 2.5, carbon monoxide, ozone, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, ammonia and lead. Very good. And in this world page, you can see ahead of talks on grain deal, that is a Black Sea grain deal. Russia attacks Ukrainian port. So actually, what is this Black Sea grain initiative? Anyone knows about this? Yes, tell me, what is this Black Sea grain initiative? So this agreement is between which and which countries? Yes, tell me fast. Yes, between Ukraine and Russia. Very good. Between Ukraine and Russia. It is regarding supply of grains through Black Sea. So actually what happened, the three important ports, they had been occupied by Russia, and because of that there is no exports from that ports. So finally they came up with agreement, and in that agreement they said that we are opening the ports for the safe exports. Okay, but recently this Black Sea grain initiative has been banned by Russia. Okay, so that is about this topic, and you have to see which are those three important ports. Already have shown the map regarding that in our earlier lectures. So please do revise. Yeah, that's all. So these are the very important topics that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper, which is important from both your state public service examinations, UPSC and other competitive examination. So you can join this mains answer writing course within this week. And if you have a problem regarding finance or to pay amount, so you can pay in 2 installments also. We are providing the installment facility, and this course is absolutely beneficial, and you can directly share your ideas regarding the each and every subject there. Okay, so if you really like this video or like this session, so hit the like button. Don't forget to like the session, and please share this video to your friends also in Telegram groups or WhatsApp groups, so that it will increase the reach. And one more thing is, if you are watching this Rathod Science for the first time, please do subscribe and hit the bell icon. Okay, thank you so much, Anand and Srinivasan. Okay, Dhananjaya. So I'm going to end this session for now, and we are going to meet in doubt clearing session at 7 p.m. today.